Hello guys, and welcome to my guide on Thresh support. In this video I'm going to show you who he's strong against, who he's weak against, when to go all in, and how to really just play him even better than you probably already do. So to start off, we're going to talk about who he's strong against. Now there's three champions I think he's very strong against. The first one is Nami, second one Soraka, and Leona. Now it depends if you are a good Thresh player and you can play Leona, then you are going to do much better. But if you can't play her, then Leona has the favour in that matchup. And with Thresh against Nami and Soraka, he does very well. If he can hook especially Soraka and focus her, he will win the lane. Also Nami, if she can't get her CC off and she CC'd herself, it just leaves the ADC left. And in regards to him being weak, who he's against, the first one would probably be Morgana because of her black shield. Janna because she has so much peel and her ultimate can just knock Thresh away even though he puts the box down. And Alistar, once Thresh hooks and goes in, he can knock him away mid jump through the death sentence, which is his Q. So one of the reasons Thresh is so good is his ability to actually engage and disengage as well. Pretty much goes well with pretty much any ADC. He can do well against most ADCs as well. Now in lane, what you want to do is very early 1 to 3. You want to see if you can get a hook off, maybe jump in and get an E off as well. But you must bear in mind, everyone has their summoners up at this point, unless they've blown it. And it's very hard to get a kill that early, unless you really do, really do mess up or you land a perfect hook. Especially under the tower is probably the best. In this position, they stay very close behind the minions, so I can't really get a hook off. But I was looking for one. You should also bear in mind, collecting your souls is very important. It grants AP. Thresh's R, his ultimate, the box, has a 1 AP scaling, so it's 100%. Every AP you have, you get a net 1 damage off it. So late game that does a lot of damage, and it's very underestimated. Even mid game it does a lot of damage. I think it's 200 or 300 first point in it, level 6. So here you can easily land a hook, but obviously when they're in range, and if you flay them back into the tower and Jinx puts her traps down, that should be a guaranteed kill. Moving on to the mid game, Thresh is also the initiator for the team, and he's also the pill for the carry depending on what role or if you feel you can take a hook. So Thresh is pretty much an all-rounder. He's also great at roaming. If the mid lane is not very mobile, you just want to go and back up the jungler, you can, before going back to lane like I went back to lane in this stage, I could have gone mid and maybe even thrown the lantern out and saved that person mid. But I chose to go here and we picked up a kill on Vayne. Now even the lantern, you should always put it down as it grants a shield. We didn't really need it at this point, but if we did and it was a very close fight, if it was 2v2, the shield can actually save. And picking up the souls also grant the higher shield, so you get more defense off it the longer the game goes out. So he's a hyper carry. He can do very well in most situations as well, just by picking up souls. Now the only reason is it grants armor as well, but the only bad thing about Thresh really in that sense is he starts with very low armor. So you have to bear that in mind. He did get nerfed a long time ago, and he's very weak early, especially against someone like Leona who can go all in or take more damage than Thresh. But once you do get into the mid game, you should be alright. You should feel tanky, and you can probably even tower dive. When it comes to late game, like I said before, you can actually be the initiator for the team, so you can land a hook. And in 5v5 it's very easy to land a hook. You just want to be careful who you're actually landing. Also, don't be afraid to put the box down. It will mess up the whole team. It will split their team as well. I mean, it's a 99% slow, and you can get a lot of CC off just from that. You can actually CC the whole team, make them so immobile. It helps the rest of your team pick up the kills, or even just CC them as well. Your flay is also very powerful. It knocks back, and it also applies a slow afterwards. So just staying on top of your ADC in a team fight, especially if they've got a Rengar or a really hardcore assassin like Zed, then you can actually just knock back, put your box down, and always exhaust before. With all that being said, thanks for watching. I know it's quite a brief video, there wasn't too much detail on it, but I just wanted to summarize why Thresh is so good. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.